Hey there guys, and welcome to the year of 2025. I am your host Emil, and it's going to be a good year. We got a lot of shows planned up, a lot of documentaries coming out from us as well, and short films that we're going to be producing. But today I'm here with quite a unique individual that I met this morning, and she's going to be here just to tell her story. So first of all, can you please provide your name and just a bit of a background of who you are?
So my name is Desiree. My family name is Dlamini. I grew up in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, in the Midlands, and went to school in Haythorne in Pietermaritzburg. So we from that school of, that crew that knew that something big was going to happen in South Africa, but we didn't really know when, how, and how we would fit in. So we were the daredevils that went in for everything, hungry, very minimally educated. So when I sum up myself and my life, I would say I'm a multifaceted machine, in that I don't stick to a lane. I am a jack of many trades, master some. I've had many failures in life, in business, I started with an interest in medicals, in medical school. I dropped out of that, went on to a TV show called Gladiators. Actually was one of the longest lasting gladiators back in the early 2000s. It was a TV show, a marketing campaign for MTN. Then I went on to study. I took a short gig at BITS, studying public policy. Then I went into business. I started a pick and pay franchise in Soweto, in Kliptown, in the heart of Kliptown. Went deep dive in there. One of the best traders at the time. Didn't work out in franchising. I went on to radio producing for Times Media. I was an executive producer for the DJ Smooth Breakfast on Times Media. Had fun with that. We started our own online radio station called Homegrown Radio. We trained over 75 students. Had fun with that in 2020 during the COVID period. And then I went into cryptocurrency. So I'm just like really
So you've done quite a bit.
I've done a lot. I've done so much. So when I have to package what I've done, it becomes a bit complicated in that some of the timeline is a bit mixed up. And so I've done a lot. And my deep passion is in humans, people, and how we can be a better thing in this universe, how we can just explore a whole lot of avenues. I don't believe in work with a criteria. This is your lane, this is your pole. I believe in just going out and exploring and navigating as many things as you possibly can.
On that point, a lot of the youth that I know of today, they don't think like that anymore. They feel like they have a certain timeline they have to follow. So would you recommend that the youth of today should just do what they want to do and reach new limits by their own doing and not by following a timeline?
I always say to my son, you're too young and inexperienced to actually really know what you want. And I say that based on my own experience. So when I started out, it was early 90s, and the only thing I was exposed to as a young girl was either teaching, secretarial work, nursing, au pair, flight attendants.
Yeah.
I was not exposed to the myriad of things that are out there in the universe. It was only when I started studying and interacting with other people, or even just outside of my little ecosystem, that I realized that there's a whole lot of things. So when I went into studying at the time, I thought that I needed to do nursing so that I can have a future or a career, but I was not exposed to a whole lot of things. So as a youngster, when you're not exposed, you don't really know. And obviously our backgrounds and our cultures and our parents or guardians actually direct and dictate an angle for us, which is okay as well. But because you're still young, you don't really know where you want to go. And people say, find your purpose. How does a young person find their purpose when they don't really know themselves? So I say explore as many things as you possibly can. In this day and age, we've got technology, which means that we've got information at the core of our fingertips, which means that you can do so many things. You can study. If we spend a lot of time actually in navigating what is out there, I mean, there's AI tools now.
I mean, AI is a big part, even for my side on the production and editing side, it helps a lot. Now, the one thing I want to know is the youth you grew up in is very different from today.
Absolutely.
But what some similarities do you see, and what advice do you actually have for the youth today that they can kind of see or kind of look back to and use that for today?
Yes. I always say that every set of youth that is born at any given time is born to serve a purpose, to solve the problem of that time. So I always say to youngsters, you are born now because you are supposed to solve a now problem. Right? So yes, you're going to be burdened with the mess that you've inherited from our generation, but at the same time, you are also born to solve the problem of the now. Right? So what is it that you're exposed to? You're exposed to the internet, which we didn't have. And you, unlike where we had to go to university to find information and problem-solving tools, you have them at the tips of your finger. So go out and explore. Go out and learn things. I mean, my big problem at the moment is the consuming, the consumption agenda that is out there. Where from the time that you open your phone in the morning, you're watching dance movies, or you're watching things that are really not good. So I'm always advising youngsters, okay, watch the stuff that takes you away from the core, but stick with the core. Try and find and indoctrinate your mind to look for things that you can then also contribute to this ecosystem in technology. You cannot just be the consumer. You have to also be somebody that is inputting so that you can reap benefits from this ecosystem of technology, of the internet and so on. So our youngsters have become consumers. We need to find a way to get them to start being producers within the ecosystem. And that takes guidance as well. Who's going to guide them? Because we come from the era of zero technology. So somehow we need to find a way that we channel youngsters so that they can become producers within that ecosystem.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today.
Unfortunately. Feels too short.
It does. But I definitely would want to re-invite you again so we have more of a longer and in-depth conversation of this whole topic, because it's very interesting, and I think it's one of the fields that isn't covered that much on social media today.
Yes.
But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of our first episode of 2025. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and like I always said last year, please share with your friends, family, and coworkers. Again, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.